Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back in another video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Portland Trailblazers' updated depth chart after signing Damian Lillard and bringing back one of their best franchise players. Their best franchise player. I think this surprised a lot of people. Like, it didn't surprise me, but did surprise me at the same time. Like, I don't think it'd be very shocking that Dame goes back to Portland when you look at the fact that, this was one reason why Dame got waived by the Bucks, because he wanted to rehab in Portland and be home rehabbing, and Milwaukee didn't want that. That was one of the reasons why they waived him. I don't know if it was the main reason. I don't know if it was the only reason, but Chris Haynes did report that was one of the reasons. So knowing he wanted to rehab in Portland, signing with Portland definitely would have made things easier. But I think for that reason, I'd always put the Blazers in the conversation of Dame landing in Portland, but I never thought he'd end up there. I thought he'd end up on a major contender like potentially Miami or Boston. We heard this report about, Boston, really being interested, or Tatum being really interested, more of, Tatum being interested in, and Dame coming and trying to recruit Dame to Boston. And I think there's some other contenders I thought that could be, in the conversation to get Dame, and that didn't happen. And he's going back to Portland. You love to see it. Let's go to the depth chart, updated depth chart after Damian Lillard goes back to Portland. Look, it's not going to change that much because Lillard's going to miss most of the season, if not the entire season. Let's go over what the depth chart looks like without Dame. Jrue Holiday, here's the starting lineup. Jrue Holiday, Shaedon Sharpe, Deni Avdija, Jeremy Grant, and Donovan Clingan. Off the bench, you've got Tamani Kamara, Scoot Henderson, Matisse Thybulle, Chris Murray, Robert Williams. It's a really solid depth for the Blazers off the bench. But I think this is where the conversation gets interesting of what the team looks like if Dame does come back this season, if he does return. Because are Dame and Jrue Holiday in the same starting lineup? Holiday could be moved to the 2, and this is where the conversation begins. Holiday could move to the 2, and Dame is at the 1, but then is Sharpe, who's mainly a shooting guard, does Sharpe move to the small forward? And then you've got Deni Avdija and you've got Jeremy Grant. Now, I think if you're Portland, there's two ways of potentially solving it. Option 1, trade Jeremy Grant or buy out Jeremy Grant potentially, because he does not stay healthy and he makes all that money. But the Blazers already did a big buyout this offseason with DeAndre Ayton. I don't think Grant's going to have a huge market. I don't think Grant is going to get traded or bought out. Obviously, Deni Avdija is a guy you want to stay. But, I don't think you want to move Avdija to the bench. Might have to think about maybe moving one of Jeremy Grant or Jrue Holiday to the bench potentially if Dame does come back this season. I think the best option for the Blazers is let Damian Lillard rest the entire season unless Portland is in a playoff position. If Portland is outside the play-in or maybe just in the play-in as maybe the 10, 9, 8 seed, don't bring back Lillard. If you're a 7 or higher, okay, maybe you can, or I would say 6 seed or higher, bring back Lillard. But if not, let Lillard rest. Let him come back from this injury healthy in the 2026-27 season. And then, when it gets to the point in, the offseason, next offseason, a year from now, maybe you explore trading away Jrue Holiday. Because I don't know how things would work with having Jrue Holiday, Scoot Henderson, Damian Lillard, and Shaedon Sharpe on the same team. But let me know your thoughts on the updated depth chart for the Portland Trailblazers after they have signed Damian Lillard. That's the video, because but as of what the lineup I think would look like if Lillard returned this year, I think it'd probably be Lillard, Holiday, Sharpe, Deni Avdija, and Donovan Clingan, assuming that Jeremy Grant is having a bunch of injury problems, because that's been the case for him the last couple of seasons. Let me know your thoughts. But if Jeremy Grant and both Deni Avdija are healthy and Jrue Holiday's healthy and Dame comes back, there's going to be a lot of chaos for the Blazers and what they're going to do with their starting lineup if Dame comes back this season. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and peace out.